Hi, this is Ptolemaeus, and I'm here to bring you a first impressions on the Ziggs patch notes. So the new champion that Riot is introducing is Ziggs, the Explosives expert. Passive short fuse every 12 seconds. Ziggs next basic attack deals bonus magic damage. Its cooldown is reduced whenever Ziggs uses an ability. So um, this I think is similar to Nocturne's passive where he gets the area effect attack and he gets to get life steal. So it's similar in that both of them are cooldown based and they can be reduced. So Ziggs is reduced by using an ability. Nocturne is reduced by attacking, I think. Bouncing Bomb. Ziggs throws a bouncing bomb that deals magic damage. And for those of you who have watched the champion spotlight for Ziggs, you'll know that this bomb actually has a fairly large range, and also it has the ability to bounce further than it lands. So I think this is good for uh, killing someone at the tower if you can stay out of turret range and still throw a bomb and hopefully hit them. Satchel charge. Zig flings an explosive charge that detonates after 4 seconds or when this ability is activated again. The explosion deals back damage to enemies, knocking them away. Ziggs is also knocked away but takes no damage. This is a good initiate or escape tool. The knockback on for Ziggs, so the knockback he himself gets, is fairly large. He's able to jump the blue wall. Not sure if he can jump um, the walls at the bottom, so the thick walls. Um, but you can jump fairly thin walls, and also you can knock away opponents. So this is good for interrupting channeling. So Carthus, Nunu, Fiddlesticks, all those people you can interrupt their channel. Explosive minefield. Ziggs scatters proximity mines that detonate on enemy contact, dealing magic damage and slowing. So this item or this ability is good for blocking off choke um, to prevent the jungler from ganging you. So you just throw it down as he's running in, and you run away. Um, what else? Yeah, those are what I can think of right now. The uses that you have. Mega Inferno Bomb. Zig deploys his ultimate creation, the Mega Inferno Bomb, hurling it an enormous distance. Enemies in the primary blast zone take more damage than those who are further away. So, uh, the range I can see from the champion spotlight is actually a really large range. I think it'd be comparable to someone like Nocturne's. I'm pretty sure it's not a global ult, but it's very large range. So that's the Ziggs explosive expert that information that they have, and with the new patch, they're actually increasing the intelligence and increasing the roster for the Rise of the Bot army. Um, you can they're also adding the bots to Dominion, and they're also increasing most of the rewards for the playing. So most of this, with the exception of the Summoner level 20 to 29 Intermediate, which is decreased, everything else is increased. And also, they removed the 3 per game day rewards limitation for level 30 Summoners. So this means that for those of you who don't want to interact much with other who don't want to play against other players, you can just grind bots for IP. Now, whether this is a good idea or not, I'm not sure because people who are kind of lazy, you can just go and um, beat bots and not and still get rewarded. I think the 3 games per day may have been little, but I think there should be a limit on how many bot games you can play per day. So, on to the bug fixes, nerfs, and buffs. Sorry there. So, Alistar, they're fixing a bug with Triumphant Roar where it wasn't granting assist. Amumu, they're fixing a bug. Ash is getting a buff. Base health is increased to 474 from 438. Base armor is increased to 14.9 from 12.7. Mana per level increased to 35 from 27. Raleigh's cooldown is reduced to 16, 13, 10, 7, 4 from 20, 16, 12, 8, 4. And Enchanted Crystal Arrow now grants vision while in flight. So all these changes to Ash are just to make her more playable with in the current meta against the new champions, the new ranged AD champions. So Vayne, Caitlyn, and Graves, those are right now the 3 dominant AD champions that are bought that you see. So they're making Ash more playable with these buffs. Hopefully she will be. And the Enchanted Crystal Arrow now that it grants vision, what I'm actually interested in seeing is someone using that and it grants vision to a Nocturne who jumps to the player. So I'd honestly love to see that happen. Caitlyn, Bug Fix, Cho'Gath, Bug Fix, Ezreal, True Shot Barrage now grants vision, and they fixed a bug where he loses his burn animation after 390 move speed. So again, with the True Shot Barrage granting vision on flight, I want to see someone jump to them with a quick ability. Also, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the True Shot Barrage is kind of like a long, expensive kind of clairvoyance. You can fire it just to see if they're in an area. So if you fire True Shot Barrage to see if they're at Dragon, and if they are, then you just try to snipe it from them. But I highly do not recommend doing that because it's a waste of your ultimate, and you don't know when whether or not you're going to engage before it's up again. But it is interesting that it gives vision. Gragas Bug Fix, Hammer Bug Fix, Jarvan Bug Fix, and Jax. They're buffing him after the change in dodge. Jax's mana regen per level increased to 0.7 per 5 from 0.45. Fixed a bug where Empower's cooldown is higher than stated at earlier ranks. Counter-Strike has been changed. The dodge duration is increased to 2 seconds from 1.5. Now additionally reduces damage from AoE by 25% while Jax is dodging. Now can be activated again after 1 second to end the effect early. Damage adjusted to 5, 75, 100, 125, 150 from 40, 70, 100, 130, 160. And the ratio has been changed to 0.5 from 0.8. I guess that Counter-Strike was doing too much damage. It was doing more damage than expected. And also it now deals 20% increased damage for every dodge attack for a maximum of 100%. Instead of 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 bonus damage per dodge. This, I think, is a good change because if you think about it, if you attack someone behind their minion line, the minions will start to aggro onto you. If you use Counter-Strike, you are going to start dodging the minion attack, which means that the damage will increase. Now, if they hadn't changed this damage modifier and they had left it as it is, And since they've increased the dodge duration, considering that minions attack almost once every second, I think, second or 1.5 seconds, and considering the amount of minions that you have, you can easily be breaking over 200 to 300 damage per minion line. So that's doing an insane amount of damage. So cooldown reduced to 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 seconds from 22, 20, 18, 16, 14. So this is to make it more usable instead of having a long cooldown on it. So you use it once per team fight, and that's it. Hopefully this will allow you to use it more often with the cooldown reduction. So 40%, that means that you would have it up every 6 seconds. If you take into account, so that's dodge duration of 2 seconds, and then you have the 6 seconds. So it's I think that it's a pretty long time for the pretty short if you get full cooldown, but even without the full cooldown, 10 seconds is still pretty short. It's almost once at the beginning of a team fight and then once at the end. So you use it to engage and then use it to catch the stragglers. And also they buffed Grandmaster's Met duration to 8 seconds from 6. So those are the fixes for Jack. Lee Sin has a nerf. Flurry attack speed bonus has been reduced to 40% from 50%, and Sonic Wave missing health damage reduced to 8% from 10%. This is to counter his early game damage, I think, or the Flurry passive nerf is to counter that. Just because he was just doing ridiculous amount of damage without having to build attack speed, as Freak said. I have no attack speed items on when I build Lee Sin, and it honestly does just an insane amount of damage when I use an ability. So, also with the Sonic Wave nerf, I guess later game, it just dealt too much damage, 10%. If you think about a squishy, that's around 200 damage for the squishy. So that's a lot of damage. Generally, they run away with 300, 400 life health left. If you Sonic Wave them and then you kick them. So you use Q, you hit them, and then you Q again. And they're around 400. That means that they'll be around 150, 200ish. And then you use your E, which is, I call it the ground pound, for that would bring them to around 100ish. And then you hit them, and then they're gonna die. So honestly, the nerf to Sonic Wave I think is a good idea because it just did an insane amount of damage. Morgana Soul Shackle's ability power reduced to 0.7 from 0.8. Again, Morgana Soul Shackles hits in 2 parts. Once when she activates the ability, and once when the ability ends and stuns people. So if you think about it, it's not a 0.8% ratio, it's actually a 1.6% ratio. So, if you have 300 APS, that's a lot of damage. So that'd be around how much damage would that be? Around 200, 225ish? 225ish damage? 225 to 250. So if you have 300 AP, that'd be 225 to 250. And then since it activates twice, that'd be around almost 500 damage. Pretty sure that it's a lot of damage. So they're nerfing it by 0.1%. Hopefully it fixes the problem. Ashley Bug Fix, Nunu Bug Fix, Ramus Bug Fix, Sigwani Bug Fix, Shiver Nerf, Boomerang Blade, damage reduced to 60, 105, 150, 150, 105, 150, 195, 240. From 70, 150, and 205, 250. Bonus attack damage ratio reduced to 1.0 from 1.1. And again, you have to remember that this ability hits twice if aimed correctly. So it's actually doing double the damage. It's not a 1.0 bonus damage ratio, it's a 2.0 damage ratio because it hits twice. Damage isn't 60, it deals 120 when it hits. So it will chunk carries and supports. I've seen it, I've had it used, I used it. It is a great harass tool if no minions are blocking it. It chunks people for insane amounts of damage. Even at high levels, it still is a pretty good chunking ability, just because it hits twice, and the bonus damage ratio. Nerfs for ults on the hunt. Move speed bonus is reduced to 20% from 25%. Duration is reduced to 10 from 15. So this is, I guess it's a fair nerf. I guess Silver activates her ult. Someone's chasing her, she activates her ult. She's able to get away scot-free, no problem. People can't chase her. Also the duration, I guess it's only for one team fight, and that's it. Not meant to actually rush down turrets, because I've done that before where I had a full wave, and I was able to rush down almost 2 turrets with the duration on the hunt, and it was pretty insane. Sona, Bug Fix, Swain, Bug Fix, Victor, buff, power transfer missile speed increase to 2000 from 1400. Gravity field activation time reduced to 0.5 from 0.25 from 0.5. And this is so that you can actually catch people easier instead of just throwing it down and hoping that they stay in the circle long enough that you can stun them. Okay. Riot has added one new item. No, one new item changed, or I think they added one new item. They added 2 new items, removed one item, and changed the build of a second item. So Emblem of Valor, for those of you who don't know, it used to build from Vamp Scepter and Rejuve Bead. I forget how much it cost, but it gave life steal and health regeneration. They've changed it to cloth armor and Rejuve Bead. So 25 armor and a unique aura where allied champions gain health regen. And it used to build into Sex Fervor, which is getting removed. It's now actually going to build into Locket of the Iron Solari. And the components are Emblem of Valor and Heart of Gold. Gives the next 300 health, 35 armor, and gives nearby allied champions 15 health for 5 regen. And it has a unique active of shielding yourself and nearby allies for 5 seconds, absorbing up to 50 damage. This is actually a pretty good item, I think. I actually am looking forward to using this item because I play support. So getting the Heart of Gold and then later, instead of building into a Renduin's Omen, I can just build into Locket of the Iron Solari. Don't have to build, Renduin can be replaced with a Glacial Shroud. And yeah, so the shield I think would be great, surviving someone like, Gangplank Soul, just any AoE you can mitigate some of the damage. Now onto the next item, Ziggs Herald. It's the replacement for Sex Fervor. The item is Dagger, Vamp Scepter, and Kindle Gem. Gives plus 25 health, 15% cooldown reduction, and grants nearby allies 12% life steal, 20% attack speed. Now, I don't like this item. First of all, you need to have 3 items. So the dagger, the vamp scepter, and the kindle gem in order to build it, whereas Stark's River originally was just the Emblem of Valor and a Reaper's Bow. And also, the added bonus of Stark's River was that you were able to reduce armor of the enemies. That wasn't one of the main reasons why I was getting it as a support, was because it had a armor reduction buff, or an armor reduction debuff on it. It was a great item for DPS. Just really good. I don't like how they removed it, because right now there are only going to be 2 armor penetration items, and that's Yomu's Ghostblade and Last Whisper. And none of them actually do an AoE armor reduction. They actually are just armor penetration. So I'm hoping that they give it the armor penetration or armor reduction stat on it again. And also, another item 6 is the Will of the Ancient Spell Vamp is reduced to 20% from 25. This, I think, is to prevent people from stacking Will of the Ancient. So, a team with Kennen and a caster cannot go double Will and heal through almost every type of damage. It basically, if Kennen and say a Rise had Will of the Ancient, if you didn't immediately burst them down, they were going to just heal it back up to the damage that they dealt. It was that much damage. So I'm happy that they've reduced the spell vamp on it. Now, mastery, they changed deadliness to 0.5 attack damage per level from 4% critical chance. Again, this is a good change to the items, because now you don't, or not the items, the masteries, because now Gangplank won't go into the game having an auto 4% crit on his parlay. If you want crit, you either buy runes or you buy the Brawler's Glove at the beginning. This is their main reason was just Gangplank. The reason is just AD carry bot just randomly crits you, and you're like, what the hell, I just took 100 points of damage from a random 4% crit. So just to remove it, the random critical chance at early game, Riot doesn't mind random critical chance mid to late game, because it's an interesting mechanic, as they say. And I agree with them. I like the crit chance, but I don't like it early game. Early game, it's just too much damage, and just don't like it. General, they added the Smart Cast Rangers. Spectator mode has an update. Demolitionist Mastery update. Heal over time update. And they removed the Summoner Rift Winter map. And they also, they removed the holiday decorations, not removed it. And they fixed some glitching in areas on the map. So we're gonna quickly look at the roster for the Rise of Bot Army. So new to the bot scene is going to be Malphite, Graves, Shyvana, Lux, Garen, Cassiopeia, Kale, Fiddlestick, Sinzao, Galio, Tristana, Malzahar, Brand, Udyr, Leona, Zillion, Morgana, Jack, Warwick from the old bot roster, what am I thinking? Amumu, Kog'Maw, Wugong, Kate, Swain, Aurelia, Sona, Rammus, Shiver, and Karthus. So, these are the new bots, and I'm actually looking forward to playing some of them. I want to see Karthus bot ult someone. I am looking forward to that. I want to see him ult and kill someone. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see it. If you get killed by Carcass Ult or Carcass Bot Ult, send me a video. I'm not gonna laugh at you, but I'm gonna get very amused. Um, and yeah. Also, they updated the AI on it so then they can use skill shots. So someone like uh Cassiopeia, I guess. Cassiopeia, Lux, Sivana, those guys, they're gonna be able to use skill shots. Hopefully, Sen will be able to use his Whirlpool Blade. I mean, I don't know why Riot hasn't fixed this, but if anyone has played against Senbot, you'll realize that he never uses Whirlpool Blade. Doesn't last hit with it, doesn't hit champions with it, doesn't use it. All he does is he uses taunt, shield, and ult. It's as if he doesn't have Whirlpool Blade. So hopefully Riot will have fixed that and he will be able to use it. And yeah, so that's it. That's the changes. That's the patch notes. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, whatever. This is Telemiles, and have a nice day.